Delegate Guatemala, Delegate India, Delegate Iran, Delegate Iraq, Delegate Japan, Delegate Kenya,
Present and voting.
Delegate Lebanon, Delegate Libya,
Present and voting.
Delegate Mexico, Delegate Morocco, Delegate Myanmar, Delegate Nepal, Delegate Netherlands, Delegate Nicaragua, Delegate Nigeria, Delegate Pakistan, Delegate Peru, Delegate Philippines, Delegate of Poland, Delegate Poland, Delegate of Republic of Korea, Delegate of Russian Federation, Delegate of Saudi Arabia, Delegate of Singapore, Delegate of Somalia, Delegate of South Africa, Delegate of South Sudan,
Present and voting.
Delegate of Spain, Delegate of Sri Lanka, Delegate of Sweden, Delegate of Switzerland, Delegate of Syria, Delegate of Tajikistan, Delegate of Turkey, Delegate of UAE, Delegate of UK, Delegate of the USA, Delegate of Uzbekistan, Delegate of Venezuela, Delegate of Yemen.
मेरा सब वही है स्पीच वगैरह.
Hello. Okay, as we have 59 members in the committee, the simple majority would stand at 31 members, right? So we require a minimum of 31 votes to pass any motion. Clear?
emphasis collaboration and creativity, problem solving, and most importantly, being self-confident.
In AS testing methods, innovative pedagogies and application-based learning have made coming to every single day truly agile for us. We learn proactively. At AS testing methods, we engage in research projects, are mentored by the people from industry, and go on field visits to expand our horizon of knowledge and understanding.
मैम सीट में वहाँ पर है बट
Our
मुझे फील
horizon
होती है
of
उसको
knowledge
छोड़
and
के
understanding. The art of understanding and articulating on any global issue or problem by stimulating debates is a part of our curriculum at ASSC Mentis. Today, the inaugural edition of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Modern Education Conference brings together 180 students across 7 ASs as we prepare citizens for life, work, and civic participation. Today, these 180 students will be split in 3 committees talking about 3 important agendas. Now I would like to call upon Nitya to talk about the agenda for event lead.
On August 6th,
Yes. On August 6, 1945, a uranium gun-type device was activated over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. 3 days later, on August 9, 3 days later, on August 9, a plutonium implosion gun-type device was activated over the Japanese city of Nagasaki. Together, these two bombings resulted in the death of approximately 2 lakh people, and the radiation caused by these two bombings affect the citizens of these cities till this day by causing genetic mutations. In United Nations General Assembly, delegates will discuss about one of the most crucial and pressing global issue of our time, the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and the control of nuclear energy with the ultimate goal of eliminating the atomic weapons and all other weapons which can lead to mass destruction. This agenda is of utmost importance as it holds the potential to safeguard the world from the catastrophic consequences. As more countries are making the nuclear weapons, the risk of nuclear terrorism and accidental launches increases. Furthermore, as countries seek to reduce carbon emission and transition to cleaner energy sources, the nuclear power offers a good alternative. However, without strict regulations, it can make a double-edged sword. By addressing nuclear energy with a clear focus on safety and proliferation prevention, we can take advantage of its potential while avoiding its risk. The decisions we make here carry far-reaching implications. If we succeed in strengthening the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, enhancing nuclear energy control, and advancing disarmament, we can create a more stable and secure world. By promoting dialogue and cooperation, we can foster trust among nations and foster the environment of peace. Delegates will get a better understanding of the nuances of this complex issue, which can impact the world in the most devastating manner possible. The conversations that you will have and the decisions you will make here will make you use your critical thinking skills and knowledge of global affairs. We must recognize our shared responsibility to ensure a world free from the threat of nuclear war and destruction. Let us engage in open and constructive dialogue, make alliances, and work toward a safer, more peaceful.
Thank you, everybody. मेरा इधर सभी बच्चे एक्सीलेंस स्कूल्स में एक्सीलेंस स्कूल
First of all, I would like to welcome Honorable Speaker Shri Ramnivas Goyal Sir, Honorable Minister of Education Atishi Ma'am, Honorable Secretary of Education Ashok Kumar, Honorable Director of Education Himanshu Gupta Sir, honorable guests, distinguished delegates, respected teachers and dear students. Namaskar and a very good morning to all of you. It is with immense joy and pride that I, Vishwala Saruham, and I, Kriti, from ASLC Rohini, stand before you today on this momentous occasion as we gather here for the inauguration of the first ever Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Model United Nations Conference being held right in the esteemed premises of Delhi Legislative Assembly. We are very thankful to you for this wonderful opportunity.
Today we are gathered here representing diverse cultures, opinions and backgrounds. This Modern United Nations Conference provides a unique platform for all of us to come together, engage in diplomatic discourse and address global issues that affect all us. Together we will seek innovative solutions to pressing global challenges. The event also celebrates the visionary idol of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, one of India's greatest leaders and champion of equality and social justice.
Now, we would like to talk a bit about our experiences of studying in ASLC Humanities. The Government of the City of Delhi launched the Delhi Motor School Education in 2021 to introduce an innovative model of education that breaks conventional molds of curriculum to introduce academic pathways aligned to student interests and need of the real world.
Humanities. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Schools of Specialized Excellence is one such model of SOSEs that specially caters to students demonstrating early aptitude and keen interest in humanities and social studies. In order to create a specialized and inquiry-based curriculum, best-in-class higher education institutes were onboarded like Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Ashoka University and Vasant Valley School. The skills I and my classmates learned at ASYC Humanities include critical thinking, research, analysis, collaboration and creativity, problem solving and most importantly being self-confident.
In ASLC Humanities, innovative pedagogies and application-based learning have made coming to school every single day truly a joy for us. We learn by doing. At ASLC Humanities, we engage in research projects, are mentored by the people from the industry, and go on field visits to expand our horizon of knowledge and understanding. The art of understanding and articulating on any global issue or problem by simulating debates is a part of our curriculum in ASLC Humanities. Today, the inaugural edition of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Model United Nations Conference brings together 180 students across 7 ASLC schools as we prepare citizens for life, work and civic participation. Today, these 180 students would be split into 3 committees talking about important agendas. Now, I would like to call upon Nitya to talk about the agenda for UNG Day.
On August 6, 1945, a uranium gun-type device was activated over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. 3 days later, on August 9, a plutonium implosion-type device was activated over the Japanese city of Nagasaki. Together, these two bombings resulted in the death of approximately 2 lakh people And the radiation caused by the bomb affect the citizens of these two cities to this day by causing genetic mutations. In the United Nations General Assembly, delegates will be talking about the most crucial and the pressing global issue of our time, the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and the nuclear energy control, with the ultimate goal of eliminating atomic weapons and all other weapons which can lead to mass destruction. This agenda is of utmost importance as it holds the potential to shape the future of humanity and safeguard the world from the catastrophic consequences. As more countries are making the nuclear weapons, the risk of nuclear terrorism and accidental launches is increasing. Furthermore, as countries seek to reduce carbon emission and transition to cleaner energy sources, nuclear power provides a good alternative. However, without strict regulations, it can become a double-edged sword. By addressing nuclear energy with a clear focus on safety and proliferation prevention, we can take the advantage of its potential while avoiding its risk. The decisions we make here carry far-reaching implications. If we succeed in strengthening the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, enhancing nuclear energy control, and advancing disarmament, we can create a more stable and secure world. By promoting dialogue and cooperation, we can foster trust among the nation and foster the environment of peace. Delegates will get a better understanding of the nuances of this complex issue, which can impact the entire world in the most devastating manner possible. The solution that you will come up with today and the conversations you will have will make you use your critical thinking skills and the knowledge of global affairs. We must recognize our shared responsibility to ensure a world free from the threat of nuclear war and destruction. Let us engage in open and constructive dialogue, make alliances, and work towards a safer, more peaceful, and sustainable future for all nations and people. Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon Alfia to talk about the agenda for UNHCR.
Dr. Hemo fled Syria after a bomb tore through his home, killing 7 family members, including his wife and 1 daughter. His son had to carry the pieces of his mother and sister out of the house. He was just 14 at that time. This is a story of one of 21.8 million people displaced. We stand at a critical point, facing a challenge that tests our values, our humanity, and our collective conscience: the migration and refugee crisis in Europe. This is not just a matter of policy and statistics, but it's a matter of life, dignity, and the very essence of our shared humanity. As we deliberate on this crisis, our foremost focus must be on the protection of the rights of migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. In the midst of this crisis, we must not forget that every individual, yes, every individual forced to leave their homeland is a person with hopes, dreams, and untapped potential. Those feeling violence and persecution, those reaching out for lifeline, seeking refuge from terror and injustice, those who have to leave their homeland in search of better prospects deserve respect for their courage and contributions. It is imperative that we rally our efforts on several fronts. Firstly, the urgency of saving lives cannot be overstated. We must strengthen our search and rescue operations and leaving no room for the tragic loss of innocent lives on treacherous migration routes. Secondly, let us ensure that our asylum processes stand as models of fairness and efficiency. The stories of those seeking refuge are often tales of survival against all odds. Swift, transparent, and just assessments of asylum claims are a measure of our commitment to justice. Thirdly, integration. Integration is not just a buzzword, but it's a lifeline. The integration of migrants and refugees in our society is a two-way street that enriches our cultural fabric. Access to education, health care, and decent work are the cornerstones of a dignified life. But let's not stop at policy and measures. Collaboration must be our clarion call. The migration and refugee crisis knows no borders. It transcends nationalities. The unified, compassionate response from European nations is not an option. It's an imperative. Yes, it's an imperative. In this room, as we discuss this topic today, let us remember that empathy and compassion are not mere sentiments, but they are our driving force. Fear and prejudice have no place in shaping our decisions. It is not just a responsibility, but it's a moral obligation that will define us in the eyes of history. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Shri to talk about the agenda for UNFCCC.
189 million. This is an average number of people who are suffering from extreme weather-related problems in developing countries since 1991. Over 23 million people have globally displaced within the world suffering from rising sea level caused due to climate change. Today, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change are gathered here to address an issue that affects not only us, but all the people around us and has a power to shape our collective future. The provisions of adequate financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change. As we talk about this critical topic, we have to discuss by beginning the understanding the gravity of the topic by hand. Climate change driven by human activities such as industrialization and deforestation has created a complete chaos on our planet and its inhabitants. The impact of climate change is far-reaching and complicated, affecting everything from weather patterns to ecosystems. But it's the human toll that's most concerning. The alarming figures I mentioned in the beginning underscores the fact that climate change is just not an environmental issue. It's a humanitarian crisis that demands immediate attention. Developing countries have borne the brunt of this crisis, despite often contributing to the least to its causes, while developed nations have played a significant role in emitting greenhouse gases. Over the years, it's the developing countries that face the most severe consequences. According to the World Bank, the impact of extreme weather is resulting in $520 billion in annual consumption losses and is pushing 26 million people into poverty each year. These countries often lack of financial resources and technological capabilities to adequately mitigate the effects of climate change and adapt to its challenges. The unfair distribution of responsibilities is evident as the vulnerable countries struggle with issues like food and water scarcity, extreme weather events, and health crises made worse by climate change. As young minds living in a country like India, we cannot afford to turn a blind eye into a global issue. India itself has experienced the adverse effect of climate change, from changing monsoon patterns to extreme heat waves. Our responsibility extends beyond our immediate surroundings. We are the future leaders, innovators, policymakers, and scientists who will inherit this planet. The decision we make today will determine the quality of life not only for us, but the generations to come. Through this committee, we hope we will be able to discuss the issues in detail and arrive at the possible solution to mitigate these challenges. Let's seize this opportunity to stand up for justice, equity, and well-being of our planet and its people.
We would now like to invite Honorable Speaker Shri Nagnivas Sir and Honorable Education Minister Atishi Ma'am to interact with our fellow delegates.
First of all, I would like to ask how you are feeling sitting in this historical assembly. How you are feeling? Does anybody will tell? Yes?
Sir, astounding.
Anybody else? Yes?
So it's an honorable moment for us that we are be a part of a legislative assembly, and we get opportunity to sit here and like it's a big honor for us as a student.
आप लोगों ने कभी असेंबली या पार्लियामेंट की प्रोसीडिंग्स देखी हैं क्या ऑनलाइन? तो आपने सोचा था कि आपको कभी मौका मिलेगा यहाँ पे बैठने का? तो ये बताइए कि जैसे आज मॉडल यूएन के लिए आप लोग आए हैं, तो आप में से कोई शेयर करेगा कि आपने इसकी प्रेपरेशन कैसे करी, कि क्या क्या किया आपने इसकी प्रेपरेशन में, अपनी कमिटीज़ में क्या क्या तैयारी करी? Germany.
We research and analyze our projects. We need to work on our topics and agenda as well as our subtopics so that we gain a lot of knowledge about our topic and we can talk about it.
आपका टॉपिक क्या है?
Our topic is about nuclear disarmament and our topic is about climate finance change and funding towards the developed countries.
Okay. और कोई बताएगा कि क्या क्या प्रेपरेशन हुई? Iraq.
So my assigned country is Iraq, and the topic that was given to us was provision on adequate financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change. So it's actually a very serious topic, and personally I had to study a lot about my country. I researched with the help of a few sites that provided to me, including the UN official site and one of the Iraq's site. It was really enjoyable and I gained a lot of knowledge. Thank you.
Anyone else? Case process के बारे में आप बताएंगे? United Arab Emirates, UAE.
Ma'am, firstly, this is the module of climate change is a module of ASOC Humanities. So firstly, I contacted with my seniors to gather some knowledge, and then I used Reuters report and some UN reports and then ministerial reports that what UAE has done on this particular sessions. And like UAE is going to host COP28, so all of the deliberation I had and the PDF, I just gone through. Thank you.
आप में से कभी किसी ने पहले मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस में हिस्सा लिया है? एंड बाकियों का ये पहला एक्सपीरियंस है. So how has the experience been so far? मतलब क्या सीखा like till now, because आपकी कुछ ट्रेनिंग भी हुई है ना for this मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस. So क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा है आपका अभी तक?
Firstly, good morning to honorable present here. Ma'am, actually we experienced lot of learning here. We do lots of practice session in our school. It's a very hard work and a great experience of United Nations. And through this United Nations model, we learned about how this model of United Nations work and how it gonna be an amazing part of a country too. And firstly, we also experienced and learned that how India is on the top of the level of education and in all the fields on the global level.
Great. Anyone else? कि अभी तक का कैसा experience रहा? How do you feel? What motivated you to participate in this? And how has the training been? What's your country?
Turkey.
Turkey. Oh.
So first of all, it was really ineffable feeling to perform in this prestigious platform. And ma'am, while doing the mock MUNs, I experienced a lot of learning, and it was really amazing because the mentors, facilitators helped us a lot.
And she herself has taken on the role of her country because she didn't call it Turkey, she called it Turkey. Very nice. There was one more person who raised their hand. Yes, Egypt.
First of all, I would like to thank our facilitators. And ma'am, as you said, like what motivate?
आप खड़े भी हो जाएंगे ना तो आवाज आएगी.
What motivate us to take part in this? Our facilitators and our guide teachers and their hard work motivate us to take part in MUN.
तो यहाँ पे आके आप लोगों को थोड़ा नर्वस भी लग रहा है क्या? वैसे तो मुझे भी लग रहा है क्योंकि हम भी यहाँ पे नहीं बैठते हैं, हम भी वहीं पे बैठते हैं. So what do you think कि ये जो experience है आप लोगों का of the model United Nations, इसने क्या value add किया है आपको कि has it given you any new skills and at the back.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So I have gained a lots of skills, a lots of abilities. Like when I participated in this Model United Nations, I just learned how to express yourself, how to present yourself, and the conditions where you which you're currently facing. So the first ability that I learned from it, that I gained a lot of self-confidence, and I researched a lot, so I enhanced my knowledge. And the third thing is, I critically thought of a topic. I thought that what I have to say, what the other countries think about the topic. So it has made like me a very good kind of person. Like I have gained a lots of abilities and skills.
Someone else from this side who will raise their hand.
First of all, I tell state as a delegate, I learn lots of about how we can make policies on UNCCC. While we, as a student, we can't know that how we can make policies, but while we present here, we are making many policies on UNCCC, which can implemented in future. Thank you.
So being an international press, it was my duty to see the topic from different angles, because I had to analyze the topic from the point of view of different nations. So it gave me different perspectives and helped me to build an overall perspective with all the loopholes and its success and failures from different perspectives, because it's a truth that being an Indian, we always see any international global topic from the perspective of an Indian from our nation. But being an IP, MUN gave me an opportunity to see the same topic from the point of angle and view of different countries.
Yes, Philippines.
I'll be honest, I learned a lesson that how you deliver is more important than what you deliver. It should be impactful and mindful. Thank you.
Yes.
So, being a part of the MUN, I learned many skills like how to present yourself in the front of many delegates or the honorable persons. And nextly, I have learned how to research in deep and how to think critically about the topic and the agendas. Thank you.
Ma'am, so first of all, we learned how actually being a global citizen is, and we also learned how to speak in front of so esteemed delegates and in front of you. And it was, first of all, it was really nervous, but then I got to know that there are all my fellow delegates that are also nervous. But it will be a great feeling when speaking of so many new faces. Thank you.
बच्चों हम ये पूछना चाहेंगे कि once these discussions will go for today and tomorrow, so what do you think will be the outcome of your event?
The major point is that we are going to enhance the knowledge a lot, and the second point is that we are going to got to know a lots of countries, what the strategies they are opting in fulfilling the agenda, what they are working, how they are working, and what they think exactly climate change according to them is affecting globally and locally. So they have researched a lot, they have prepared their GSL, so we are going to enhance our knowledge, and we are going to see a lot of countries, how they are presenting and what their visions are. Thank you.
एक सेकेंड, मेरे बाईं ओर कौन बैठे हैं आप जानते हैं? Who is sitting here? Does everybody know or not? Who does not know? Who does not know? Everybody knows. You please tell. Yes, who is she?
Delegate of Yemen. So the beside is she is Education Minister Mrs. Atishi ma'am.
Who is he?
Himanshu sir.
Who is he?
Secretary. No, sorry.
What is his position?
Secretary of Education Minister.
What is his position in the government? Can anybody tell? Oh, that's right. Very popular. Director of Education. And who is the second one in my left side? Secretary Education. His name? Good. चलिए शुरू करिए आप.
Now moving on, I would like to request the Honorable Education Minister Atishi ma'am to give the inaugural address of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Model United Nations 2023.
अभी मुझे ये पता नहीं है कि मैं सर को स्पीकर सर कहूँ कि सेक्रेटरी जनरल ऑफ यूनाइटेड नेशंस, बिकॉज आप लोगों ने मेरे को ये डेजिग्नेशन भी दी हुई है. सो ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, सेक्रेटरी एजुकेशन, डायरेक्टर एजुकेशन, all officials from the education department, and all the UN delegates who are sitting here today for our model United Nations. सबसे पहले तो मैं स्पीकर सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ सर. ना सिर्फ आपने हमारे रिक्वेस्ट पर विधानसभा में हमें जगह दी, पर मैं ये भी कहूँगी कि मुझे भी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि सर इस हॉल में मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस करवाएंगे, तो उसके लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. एंड जो सारे स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर हैं, मैं उनसे ये कहूँगी कि ये जो मौका है विधानसभा के सेंट्रल हॉल में बैठने का, जहाँ पर हमारे इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स चुन के आते हैं, चुन के बैठते हैं, मुझे लगता है ये बहुत ही शायद एक वंस इन अ लाइफ टाइम अपॉर्चुनिटी है जो किसी नॉन इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को इन कुर्सियों पर बैठने की और यहाँ से बोलने की मिलती है. क्योंकि एंड आई थिंक इसीलिए इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस समझनी ज़रूरी है. इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस इसलिए है कि जब हम इस चेयर पे बैठते हैं तो हम बहुत सारे लोगों के इंटरेस्ट और वेलबींग को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. हम इस कुर्सी पे बैठ के जो बात रखते हैं उसका बहुत सारी लोगों की लाइफ पे असर पड़ता है. यहाँ से तो बैठ के हमने बात कही, यहाँ से जो बैठ के हमने डिसीजन लिया, उसका बहुत लोग जो पूरी दिल्ली में रहते हैं, बच्चे बड़े, उनकी लाइफ पे इम्पैक्ट पड़ सकता है. सो आई थिंक ये बहुत आप लोगों के लिए ऑनर की बात है कि आज आपको ये एक्सपीरियंस करने का मौका मिल रहा है इस मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस से और विधानसभा के सेंट्रल हॉल में बैठकर कि हम एक बड़ा डिसीजन, एक बड़ा इम्पैक्ट हमारी सोसाइटी में, हम जैसे चाहे एजुकेशन हो, चाहे हेल्थ केयर हो, चाहे हम न्यूक्लियर डिसआर्मामेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, चाहे हम क्लाइमेट चेंज की बात कर रहे हैं, हम एक बड़ा चेंज अपने सोसाइटी में कैसे और कहाँ से लेकर आ सकते हैं. देखिए, जब हम स्कूल में होते हैं तो अक्सर ये सब बातें होती हैं कि अब हम एक इशू पे डिबेट कर रहे हैं, कभी हम दूसरे इशू पे डिबेट कर रहे हैं. आई थिंक द पर्पस ऑफ हैविंग समथिंग लाइक अ मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस इज दैट ये सारे मुद्दे कि अगर क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है, कोई न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब बना देता है, अगर कहीं पे वॉर होती है, तो उसके बाद वो लोग कहाँ जाएंगे, वो कहाँ रहेंगे, उनका घर कहाँ पे होगा, उनकी स्कूलिंग कहाँ पे होगी, उनको हेल्थ केयर कौन देगा. ये एक्चुअली दीज आर नॉट जस्ट टॉपिक्स जो हमारी हिस्ट्री, सिविक्स, ज्योग्राफी, सोशल साइंस की किताबों में हैं. दीज आर रियल लाइफ कंसर्न्स ऑफ थाउजेंड्स एंड मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल. एंड आई थिंक ये मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस किताबों से बाहर आकर समाज के, देश के, दुनिया के बहुत बड़े मुद्दों को सोचने के बारे में आपके लिए एक मौका है. एंड आई वुड डेफिनेटली मैं एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट को और पूरी SOSC टीम को भी इसके लिए बधाई देना चाहूँगी कि उन्होंने इस यंग एज पर आपको ये मौका दिया है कि आप इतने बड़े मुद्दों के बारे में सोच सकें. एंड यही एक शुरुआत होती है. देखिए, यहीं से शुरुआत होती है कि अगर आज हम ये सोचना शुरू करते हैं कि क्लाइमेट चेंज के बारे में क्या होगा, अगर कोई इंसान अपने घर से डिस्प्लेस हो गया किसी वॉर की वजह से, तो उनको एजुकेशन कौन देगा. जब आप क्लास 10th में 11th में 12th में सबके बारे में सोचना शुरू करते हैं, तभी एक दिन ऐसा मौका आता है और हम उम्मीद करते हैं ऐसा मौका आएगा कि जो स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं आज मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस के लिए, आई होप अ टाइम विल कम व्हेन यू विल एक्चुअली ऑक्यूपाई चेयर्स इन दिस असेंबली एंड मेक डिसीजंस ऑन मॉडल यूनाइटेड। व्हाट इज इट दैट वी कैन डू टू इम्प्रूव द लाइव्स ऑफ पीपल? व्हाट इज इट कि जैसे आप लोगों को एक अच्छी एजुकेशन पाने का मौका मिला है, वो इसलिए मिला है कि इस विधानसभा में बैठे कुछ लोगों ने डिसीजन लिया कि हम दिल्ली के स्कूल्स को अच्छा करें। इस विधानसभा में बैठ के डिसीजन हुआ कि दिल्ली का 25% बजट एजुकेशन को दें, राइट? उससे आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली है इतने शानदार स्कूलों में पढ़ने की। सो हम ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि जैसे आपको ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली है, मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस जैसे जो एक्सपोजर मिल रहे हैं आपको, वो आपको पुश करेंगे एक ऐसे फैसले की तरफ, एक ऐसी लाइफ डायरेक्शन की तरफ कि आप भी बहुत सारे लोगों की जिंदगी में एक पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट लेके आएगा। तो ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड आई एम श्योर दैट द 2 days ऑफ मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस सिटिंग इन दिस ऑगस्ट सेटिंग, ये आपकी ज़िंदगी के लिए बहुत बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस होगा। एक्चुअली मेरे लिए भी बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस है क्योंकि मैं तो वहाँ पर बैठी हूँ, आई थिंक जहाँ पे कनाडा की आपकी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बैठी हुई है और यहाँ से स्पीकर साहब बैठ के हमें अक्सर डांटते हैं कि अगर हम थोड़ा लाइन पे नहीं चलते हैं। तो आज मेरे लिए भी एक बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि स्पीकर साहब के डायस पे उनके साथ बैठने का मुझे मौका मिला है, तो उसके लिए भी सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आज हमें आपके पर्सपेक्टिव से ये असेंबली दिख रही है एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 days एंड मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि ये मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस आपकी जर्नी की शुरुआत हो, जहाँ से आप हमारे देश के लिए पूरी दुनिया में एक कैसा पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट कर सकते हैं। इसलिए
I would now like to invite our Chief Patron and the Secretary General of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Model Foundation, the Honorable Srimati Sri Ramdas Gulza, to lead the keynote address and chair the conference offering.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेरे सामने बैठे बच्चे जो भविष्य के नेता हैं, मैं उनका स्वागत करता हूँ। मैडम आतिशी जी जो दिल्ली की शिक्षा मंत्री हैं, शिक्षा जगत में पूरे विश्व में जानी पहचानी जाती हैं। हिमांशु जी डायरेक्टर एजुकेशन, जो अपनी मुस्कुराहट अपने बहुत शांत स्वभाव के लिए जाने जाते हैं। अशोक जी एजुकेशन सेक्रेटरी और एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट के अन्य सभी विभाग के आगे अधिकारीगण। दिल्ली विधानसभा ऐतिहासिक विधानसभा है और इस विधानसभा में जैसा भी आतिशी जी ने कहा, बैठने का गौरव मैं भी दृष्टि में आपको रखूँगा। आपको एहसास दिलाने का कोशिश करूँगा कि जिन चेयर्स पर आप बैठे हैं, वो चेयर्स कितनी महत्वपूर्ण है। ये बात ठीक है कि आज मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशन की कॉन्फ्रेंस में आप यहाँ आए हैं और बहुत अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स पर डिस्कशन होगा। 3 जगहों पर ये अलग अलग कार्यक्रम चल रहा है। विधानसभा के विधानसभा के उस पोर्शन में बैठे हैं जहाँ कभी बड़े नेहरू जी, लाला लाजपत राय इत्यादि देश के नेता बैठा होता है। ये भवन 1911 में, आज से 112 साल पहले बना, अंग्रेजों के जमाने में। और ये जो ऊपर चित्र लगा है, सरदार विठल भाई पटेल, सरदार पटेल के बड़े भाई, ही वॉज द फर्स्ट स्पीकर, गुलाम भारत के पहले स्पीकर थे। अंग्रेजों का कुछ न कुछ इतिहास हम सब लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा। लेकिन एक खासियत थी कि मेजोरिटी अंग्रेजों की थी, फिर भी उसके बाद स्पीकर उन्होंने इंडियन को चुना। मेजोरिटी होने के बाद भी वोन बाय फोर्स एंड बिकेम द स्पीकर ऑफ दिस असेंबली। एट दैट टाइम इट वाज कॉल्ड सेंट्रल लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, जिसे आज लोकसभा 1926 में वर्तमान लोकसभा में चला गया। यहाँ पर नेहरू भी बैठे, लाला लाजपत राय बैठे, गांधी जी भी इन्हीं की सी चेयर्स पर बैठे। आजादी के बाद पहली विधानसभा बनी 1951 में। चौधरी ब्रह्म प्रकाश पहले मुख्यमंत्री बने। उन्होंने इसी विधानसभा में बैठकर, उनका 3 घंटे का रिकॉर्डेड भाषण है, दिल्ली के अधिकारों के लिए तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री को संबोधित किया। पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को कि दिल्ली की विधानसभा को, दिल्ली की जनता को अधिकार मिलना चाहिए। परिणाम ये हुआ कि 1956 में विधानसभा हमेशा के लिए भंग कर दी गई। दैट वाज वेरी सरप्राइजिंग। दिल्ली की जनता के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा झटका लगा। और 1956 के बाद यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो आफ्टर 37 years there was no assembly, there was no elected MLAs. 1993 में असेंबली मिला। मैं बातें इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि आप जहाँ बैठे हैं, कितने संघर्ष के बाद, दिल्ली की जनता के, दिल्ली के नेताओं के संघर्ष के बाद ये सब कुछ हुआ। और 1993 से मदन लाल खुराना मुख्यमंत्री बने। उसके बाद साहब सिंह वर्मा, सुषमा जी, 5 साल बीजेपी का शासन रहा। 15 साल शीला दीक्षित मुख्यमंत्री रही। और पिछले 10 साल से तीसरी बार केजरीवाल जी मुख्यमंत्री बन गए। मैं यहाँ ये कहना चाहता हूँ विशेष रूप से, सिर्फ आज के टॉपिक पर आता हूँ, कि तीनों मुख्यमंत्रियों ने, जितने भी मुख्यमंत्री रहे, दिल्ली की विधानसभा के लिए अधिकारों की मांग की। कल टीवी चैनल पर आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, अगर देखा है तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निर्णय के बावजूद जिस ढंग से ऑर्डिनेंस लाकर दिल्ली की जनता के अधिकारों को छीनने का प्रयास किया गया, उस पर चर्चा हुई। और ये चर्चा कहाँ तक जाएगी अभी मैं इसके भविष्य पर नहीं टिप्पणी कर सकता। लेकिन एक बात और कहूँगा कि आप लोग शायद सोच रहे होंगे कि 1926 से लेकर 1947 आजादी तक इस विधानसभा का क्या हुआ। उस वक्त तो अंग्रेजों ने आजादी के जो दीवाने क्रांतिकारी लाल किले में बंद रहते थे, उनके लिए इसको कोर्ट में परिवर्तित कर दिया गया, न्यायालय। ये कोर्ट बन गई। ये कटघरा होता था मेरे दाईं ओर, और एक सुरंग है, जब आपको टाइम मिलेगा वो सुरंग यहाँ देखने को मिलेगी, देखिएगा, जो लाल किले तक जाती थी, उसका माउथ हमने ओपन किया। और ये एक फांसी घर भी है, शायद चर्चा में आया होगा। जिन क्रांतिकारियों को फांसी दी जाती थी, यहीं बिल्कुल 100 मीटर की दूरी पर इसी भवन में वो फांसी घर भी है। उसको भी देखने का आप सब लोगों को सौभाग्य मिलेगा। जब अपने डिस्कशन खत्म हो तो उसके बाद उसको निश्चित रूप से देखें, तो अपने इतिहास की आपको जानकारी मिलेगी कि किन लोगों के कारण हम आजाद भारत में सांस ले। आज के इस टॉपिक पर मैं एजुकेशन के अधिकारियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ, विशेषकर आतिशी जी को, उनकी पूरी टीम को। एक मॉडल यूएनओ की कॉन्फ्रेंस के नाते से इस विधानसभा को आप बच्चों के माध्यम से अलग अलग समस्याओं पर डिस्कशन करने का मैं कहता हूँ कि मैं सौभाग्यशाली हूँ कि मौका इस विधानसभा को मेरे कार्यकाल में मिला। वैसे तो इस विधानसभा में मॉक पार्लियामेंट के नाते से दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के 2 आयोजन हो चुके हैं। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के कॉलेज के बच्चों को उसी ढंग से मिनिस्टर बनाकर यहाँ चेयर पर, स्पीकर बनाकर चेयर पर बैठाकर 3-3 दिन के, 2-2 दिन के डिस्कशन हुए, 2 बार हो चुके। और इस विधानसभा को सौभाग्य मिला इसलिए कॉमनवेल्थ कंट्रीज के यूथ पार्लियामेंटेरियंस भी एक बार यहाँ पर बैठे, उनका भी 2 दिन का सम्मेलन चला और आज ये सौभाग्य मिल रहा है यूएनओ को लेकर विश्व स्तरीय समस्याओं पर आप लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे। इस सभागार में मुझे, जैसा अभी मैंने हिमांशु जी से पूछ रहा था, यहाँ का सब्जेक्ट एनवायरनमेंट है और एक भाई और जो हमारा MLA लॉन्च है उसमें चल रहा है। एक CM कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल जो है उसमें मीटिंग चल रही है। मैं इस विषय पर ये कहना चाहूँगा कि दिल्ली विधानसभा के इतिहास में आप द्वारा लिए गए निर्णय, आप द्वारा किए गए डिस्कशन एक यहाँ की चर्चा का विषय बनेंगे और ये सुनहरे अक्षरों में, गोल्डन वर्ड्स में लिखे जाएंगे, ये ध्यान रखिएगा। कोई भी बात कहते वक्त कुछ भी कहने से पहले उन वर्ड्स को, उनको जांच पड़ताल कर लें, अपने मन में सोच लें, फिर उस पर डिस्कशन करें। ये मैं स्पीकर के नाते से बोल रहा हूँ। अभी मैं, जैसा आतिशी जी ने कहा, जनरल सेक्रेटरी के नाते से अभी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। 2 रोल आज मुझे मिले हैं, मैं भी अपने आप को सौभाग्यशाली मानता हूँ। यूएनओ, एक बात मैं ध्यान में लाऊं, दूसरा विश्व युद्ध जब हुआ तब इस प्रकार का कोई संगठन नहीं था कि विश्व के देशों को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर लाकर कोई एक संगठन हो, वहां डिस्कशन। और उस युद्ध के बाद कुछ देशों ने सोचा यूएनओ का जन्म होगा। आज भी यूएनओ उतना शक्तिशाली नहीं है। यूक्रेन और रशिया का युद्ध चल रहा है विश्व में, जिसके कारण पूरा विश्व परेशान है। उसको रोका जा सके, एनवायरमेंट के, शरणार्थियों के, आतंकवाद के डिस्कशन के साथ साथ मैं समझता हूँ ये टॉपिक भी, अगर समय है, जोड़ा जा सके। यूएनओ को कैसे ताकतवर किया जाए ताकि भविष्य में इस ढंग के युद्ध रोके जा सके। निश्चित रूप से शरणार्थी एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है। किसी भी देश में धर्म के आधार पर, जाति के आधार पर युद्ध शुरू होते हैं और एक विशेष जाति के लोगों को उस देश को छोड़कर भागना पड़ता है। कल्पना करिए, मैं अपने देश को छोड़कर जाऊं, अपने घर को छोड़कर जाऊं। देश तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, किसी भी कारण से दूसरे शहर में जाकर बसता हूं तो कितना परेशानी होती है। इसी ढंग से दूसरे देशों पर हमला, आज के इस युग में, जो आर्थिक युग है बहुत बड़ा, जिसमें जल संकट आने वाले 50 साल बाद, 70 साल बाद, 80 साल बाद पानी के पीने के लिए भी युद्ध हो सकते हैं। ये संभावनाएं आजकल के साइंटिस्ट व्यक्त करते हैं। हमको इन पर बहुत गंभीर चिंतन में ये कहना चाहूंगा कि गूगल पर जाकर कुछ आंकड़े सर्च करें कल बोलने के लिए, और उन आंकड़ों के साथ हम अपनी बात को रखेंगे। निश्चित रूप से इससे कार्यक्रम को आयोजित करने का जो मकसद है, जो मतलब है, जो अर्थ है, उसकी सफलता की सीढ़ियों को हम छू सकेंगे। मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देते हुए आप सबके भविष्य की बहुत बहुत कामना करता हूं और ये उम्मीद करता हूं जिस देश का ये लगा है, तुर्की या जो भी कंट्री है, आप अपनी एजुकेशन फील्ड से पूरा होने के बाद निश्चित रूप से मन के अंदर एक भाव रहेगा। मैंने दिल्ली की विधानसभा में इंग्लैंड को प्रेजेंट किया था, मैंने तुर्की को प्रेजेंट किया था, मैंने अमीरात को प्रेजेंट किया था। और जब भी आप भविष्य में कहीं भी हों, उस कंट्री में जाने का मौका मिले तो निश्चित रूप से प्रैक्टिकल उस कंट्री की समस्याओं को, उसकी कल्चर को समझने का प्रयास करेंगे तो बहुत ऊंचाइयों तक आप जा सकेंगे। मैं भी अपने स्कूल टाइम में एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर बना था जब छागला जी भारत के शिक्षा मंत्री होते थे। वो बात अलग है, मैं शिक्षा मंत्री नहीं बन सका, लेकिन राजनीति का बीज मेरे मन में पैदा हो गया था, मैं स्पीकर बना। तो ये राजनीति का बीज कुछ न कुछ बनने का, कुछ न कुछ देश की सेवा करने का, कुछ न कुछ प्राणियों की सेवा करने का आज बीज यहाँ बोया जाएगा। बो रहे हैं आप, मैं देख रहा था बहुत अच्छा स्पीचेज रही है बच्चों की। और एक और खुशी की बात है, लड़कियों ने बड़ी अच्छी यहाँ भागीदारी है, लेकिन मेरे लिए बड़ी व्यक्तिगत तौर पर बहुत खुशी की बात है। एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर भले आतिशी जी हैं, लेकिन मेरे लिए बच्चियाँ जब आगे आती हैं निकल कर, व्यक्तिगत तौर पर मुझे बड़ी खुशी होती है। मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ, शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। और इसी के साथ साथ मेरा सेक्रेटरी जनरल का रोल शुरू होता है। ठीक है, आई डिक्लेयर द कॉन्फ्रेंस ओपन। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir, for delivering an inspiring and thought-provoking keynote address. Delegates, with that, our opening ceremony has come to an end, and it is now time for our conference to begin. I request the EDs to begin with committee proceedings. I would now like to thank our chief patron, Shri Ramdas sir, and guest of honor, Ms. Atishi ma'am, for taking out their valuable time and sharing words of motivation with us.
Good morning, respected dignitaries, delegates present here. The Executive Board welcomes you to the simulation of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The agenda at hand is discussion on the provision of adequate financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change. Since the agenda is already set, the committee will directly move to the roll call. Delegates, please raise your placards for the roll call. Delegates present here.
Okay. As we have 59 members in the committee, so the simple majority stands at 31. Right? We need 31 votes to pass any motion.
Delegates, we have successfully set the quorum. Any motions on the floor? Delegate of United Arab Emirates, followed by delegate of Netherlands. Delegate of UAE.
I, delegate of UAE, would like to raise up a motion to open the general speaker list for each speaker time being 90 seconds and total time being 90 minutes.
Delegate, would you like to rephrase the motion?
Yeah, sure. I, delegate of UAE, would like to raise a motion to open general speaker list for each speaker time being 90 seconds and total time being 90 minutes on agenda discussion on provision of adequate financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change.
Delegates, there's a special note. The general speakers list does not have a total time. It's a non-exhaustive list. Delegate of United Arab Emirates, would you like to raise the motion again?
I, delegate of UAE, would like to raise up a motion for setting up GSL on topic discussion on provision of adequate financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change for each speaker time being 90 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate of Netherlands.
The delegate of Netherlands would like to raise a motion for moderate caucus on the topic, deliberation upon poor and vulnerable countries with special emphasis on infant mortality rate for total timing of 30 minutes per speaker time, 60 seconds.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegates, as we have two motions on the floor, Delegate of Netherlands motion is not in order, we would put the delegate of UAE's motion to vote. Any objections? Delegates seconds the motion. Delegates for the motion, please raise your placards. Seeing no objection, this motion passes. Delegates wishing to add their names to the GSL. Delegate of UAE followed by delegate of USA, followed by delegate of Uzbekistan, followed by delegate of Venezuela, followed by Argentina. Delegates, while we are recognizing, we need you to keep your placards down if you've already been recognized. Once you've already been recognized, rest can raise their placards. Delegate of Australia, followed by Bangladesh, followed by Belgium, followed by Bolivia, followed by Brazil, followed by Peru, delegate of Canada, delegate of India, delegate of South Sudan, delegate of Myanmar, delegate of Nepal, delegate of Sri Lanka, delegate of Spain, delegate of Poland, delegate of Guatemala, delegate of Egypt, delegate of Nigeria, Chad, followed by delegate of Mexico, followed by delegate of Saudi Arabia. We would now begin with the guest delegate of UAE. Delegates, while the speeches, while you are delivering your GSLs, you will be receiving the first tab at 60 seconds, which would sound like, okay. You will receive the second tab at 90 seconds. It is when you have to stop, all right? Delegate of UAE, you have the floor for 90 seconds.
According to a recent UN report, every year climate change causes over $150 billion in damages to vulnerable countries. Warm greetings, Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates. An issue of utmost importance that requires our urgent attention is financial support to developing and vulnerable countries to combat climate change. But UAE, being a nation committed to help others, has signed treaties like Paris Agreement, Ramsar Convention and Clean Development Mechanism, and is being actively participating in funds like GSF, CIF, and GEF. Moreover, UAE has also invested in a number of renewable energy projects in countries like power project in Morocco and wind power project in Jordan. Furthermore, we proffer a worldwide solution that can eradicate the problem up to 80%. We can deploy teams of UNIDO, IRENA, and to promote UPR's convention for promoting use of renewable resources. This has been used by USA and Japan to eradicate the issue. Moreover, Iran has violated Article 13, 55, and 56 of UN Charter and Article 18 of UNFCCC by certain activities that promote climate stupid. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate, you have some time left. How would you...
PI, point of information.
Delegates, any points of information? Delegate of Peru.
Hello. What innovative strategies is the UAE implementing to mitigate the impact of climate change and transition toward a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future?
I'm right of reply. I'm just point of personal privilege. Can the delegate paraphrase the question?
Delegate of Peru, can you rephrase the question?
What innovative strategies is the UAE implementing to mitigate the impact of climate change and transition towards a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future?
Right of reply, ma'am. In 2021, UAE announced a new climate strategy to reduce its carbon emission by 24% by 2030, and we are committed to have net zero by 2050. As delegate of UAE, would like, and we have certain treaties signed like Paris Agreement, Montreal Protocol, substantive the depletion of ozone layer, Ramsar Convention, international importance, especially as water flow habitat, International Renewable Energy Agency, Clean Development Mechanism, Strategic Climate Fund, Green Climate Fund, Climate Investment Funds. I hope your answer, Delegate.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate of USA, you have the floor for 90 seconds.
For the recognition. A wise man once said, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children." Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, as the delegate of USA, we stand before you today with a profound sense of responsibility to address this pressing global challenge of climate change. This phenomenon transcends borders, affecting us all, and it demands a united effort from every nation represented in this room. Our task is clear: to provide adequate financial support to vulnerable and developing countries as they combat this existential threat. We cannot falter. We must act decisively. The United States understands the magnitude of our responsibility. In alignment with Article 4 of Paris Agreement, we pledge to reduce our net greenhouse emission by 50 to 52% below 2005 level by 2030. We embrace this challenge knowing that our actions today will reverberate our generations. To achieve our emission reduction target, we have implemented a series of bold initiatives. We are investing heavily in renewable energy technologies to transition away from fossil fuels and reduce our carbon footprint. Furthermore, the United States has committed substantial funding to support climate-resilient infrastructure projects in vulnerable regions. We envision a future where innovation propels progress, where green technology drives our economies, and where the burden of climate change is shared equitably. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate, since you have no time left, you may be seated.
We would like to express our gratitude to Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, Honorable Secretary Education, and Honorable Director Education for taking out their valuable time. I would now like to request the dignitaries to please proceed for high tea.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, point of personal privilege. Can the delegate of USA repeat the Article 4 stated line in her speech?
USA stated that in alignment with Article 4 of the Paris Agreement, we pledge to reduce our net greenhouse gas emission by 50 to 52% below 2005 level by 2030.
Point of order. According to a UNFCCC report, USA didn't ratify Article 2 and Article 4 of Paris Agreement, and I have the report here. Ma'am, should I reach the dais to show the proof?
Okay, one more thing. At 60 seconds, I'll give you the first step, right? And at 90 seconds, I'll give you the second step. So at 90 seconds, when you receive the second step, whatever point you are speaking, conclude that point, wrap up your speech, and say, right?
Can sir repeat, can the vice chairperson repeat what does he said right now?
going to give you 2 taps. Whatever point you're speaking, just conclude that point. The remaining speech you can probably speak in other speeches or whatever. But in that moment, just complete that point and conclude your speech and please sit down. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
We will be moving back to the GSL, delegate of Uzbekistan. You have the floor for 90 seconds.
Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates, if I destroy nature, I destroy myself as well. And if our climate is changing, why aren't we? With this timeless wisdom in mind, the delegate of Uzbekistan ready to sow the seeds of change in our fight against climate change. Fellow delegates, we are the guardians of this planet's destiny, and the time for action is now. The urgency cannot be overstated. Climate change respects no boundaries, and it is incumbent upon all of us to take collective responsibility and rise to this global challenge. Uzbekistan, like many developing nations, is at the front line of climate impacts. Our vulnerable communities bear the brunt of extreme weather events, and our precious ecosystem cry out for protection. Uzbekistan has ratified the Paris Agreement advocating financial assistance for climate change mitigation, and we have taken local measures like 1 million trees project. Uzbekistan firmly believes that our shared wisdom must be guided by the following transformative steps. Number 1, ambitious funding. Developed nations must honor commitment and set ambitious targets to bridge the finance gap. Number 2, technology and transfer. Facilitate access to green technology and capacity buildings. Number 3, debt relief and green bond. Support debt relief and issue green bonds to mobilize the resources. And Uzbekistan beckons us to join hands, transcend borders, and embark on a transformative journey toward a sustainable future. Thank you. As the delegate of Venezuela, I stand before you to discuss the urgency of the committee. Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates, Venezuela in 2015 submitted its intended nationally determined contribution to the Paris Agreement, pledging a 20% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by the year 2030. US had imposed some sanctions on Venezuela, in which Executive Order 13692 March 2015. Second, oil-related sanctions. Due to the US sanctions, Venezuela is most impacted. It leads the economic crisis and increased hyperinflation in Venezuela. Despite these challenges, we investing in renewable energy and we improving energy efficiency. We shifting to more sustainable transportation system to reduce carbon emissions. Not only this, Venezuela is the most ecologically diverse country, but because of climate change, Venezuela suffered most. Venezuela covered 54.1% of forest of its landmass. Venezuela is home to 8% of the entire Amazon rainforest, which absorbs millions of tons of carbon dioxide each year. Rainforest spans roughly 60% of the southern part of the country.
Thank you, delegates. You have 10 seconds left. How would you like to leave your answers?
Yield to delegates. Yield to point of inquiry. Information.
Any points of information left? If there are 10 seconds left, you can pick 1 point of information that gives Nigeria.
The delegate of Nigeria want to ask question to Venezuela. An investigative outfit counted at least 3,718 illegal mines state in southern Venezuela last year. Because of the illegal mining, deforestation is happening in your country. What government is doing to stop illegal mining?
I will answer via chat.
Thank you, delegate. While you're answering, please select the Venezuela and the password required.
Also, delegates, when you raise your placard, don't raise it like this because the name is not visible. You can hold your placard like this while raising it and hold it high. Okay?
privilege. Point of personal privilege. Can the delegate of Venezuela repeat his sentence about sanctions that US put on Venezuela?
Delegate of Venezuela, can you repeat the sentence sent it to US authorities? Justice, we are now giving you a water break for 5 minutes. Water break or a little break. You can go out, freshen up, come back at 11:26.
Water is here. Don't litter. Bottle सब लोग अपने पास रखना.
डांट डाल दी
Who doesn't have water, can you please come outside? You're not allowed to take selfies. That is distributed inside. But whoever doesn't have water, please.